Alright, I'm going to be going over how to set up and use Instagram Ibex. Alright, so I'm going to pop open the statistics panel and obviously settings real quick. Most of these are alright, as you know, the way they stand. I like this to be 2000. I'm going to go ahead and set session export real quick. Okay, so the main settings here are the scrape, interval, min, and max, and obviously whether or not you want to blacklist and what you want to export. So these intervals of 3 and 5 are all right, but your account may not last as long. So I would recommend 7 to 15. And what it'll do is it'll pick a random millisecond between 7 and 15 for every action. Confirmations, leave that at 3. If you're an advanced user, go ahead and read about it real quick. Obviously, global blacklist, you want this. Here's why. Once you pick targets to scrape from, the app will run 24/7 on those targets, monitoring, only getting new followers, new data, fresh data. So it's very valuable. Leave that on. It's just a good thing. So as far as export, you can export the account username, UID, and full name. And obviously the full name strings, what I've learned is that when searching on Snapchat, it pulls up really good data. You know, the characters and all the things they put in there, it pulls up good ads. So depending on how you're using it, if you're linking it directly to Swan, you probably want to experiment with some full name, but don't do them both at the same time. Do full name for that. If you're importing directly into Serval automatically, which you can look at the next video for that, just do username, right? So go ahead and save settings. For resources, I'm going to load targets. These are the actual Instagram usernames that we're going to scrape followers from, the entire list, right? And then after it's scraped entirely, monitor it with the blacklist, only exporting new data from that user, right? So the other thing is the export is separated, so it's even better. I'll show you once we get going here. So for the targets, I'm just going to load a list here. Targets here. And you want to do campaign all because these targets are being used globally. I may do an update in the future where you can specify by the actual account, but we'll see. For now, this is the way I like it. So basically, we have 5 targets here. All right, I'm gonna prime an account. Here's how you do this. Each account is linked to a specific campaign, right? So I'm gonna name this one C1. I'm going to put my username and password here, Norman M. Ocean Drip Drip 2. Alright, I'm going to pop that in, okay? Now, I'm going to prime a user agent, a proxy, and a referrer for this account too. The only thing that's not required is a proxy. I would recommend using it if you're using lots of accounts, but for me, I don't need it right now. I'm going to show you how to do it though anyways. For user agent, C1. You want to make sure you're using a desktop user agent, preferably one that you've recently logged in on the account on. Things will go much smoother. Alright, just to show you how to do a proxy, which is not needed. That's how you do it. If you have authenticated proxies, you can do username, password at proxy, IP, proxy, port. Alright. For refers, this is the site that the account logs in, like it spoofs where it came from. I like Google. Do something different than mine though. Alright. And now I'm going to go ahead and start it up. And basically what that does is it starts statistics and it allows you to start subthreads manually. You can select more than one, right click and then log in them all, or start them all, stop them all, set campaign from all, right? So if you want to change the campaign, you can do that. See? So I'm just going to go ahead and log in with this one here, just to show you though. Even while it's running, you can start adding other accounts. So for example, if I want to just, load a list of accounts, I'll go ahead and remove the one I already have here. You don't need to remove empty lines. And I'll do C2 for these accounts, for example, right? So you can see they're automatically added, ready to go, okay? They're idle. So you can also remove 1, 2, whatever you want to do here. You can also clear them all. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and log in this account. And login validated. So now that the login is validated, I can actually start the scraping. And what it'll do is it's going to go through the targets by index, distributed globally among the threads you have available, right? So when you start a thread, it starts distributing that. So start it up. See, it got Soldier Boy. It got 12,566 milliseconds. So you see how that's between 7 and 15 seconds there. Perfect, but it's super random. So it's good. So it got the first 24. And you can see it's already added those 24 to the blacklist, okay? The blacklist is also saved here in this file, Storm Observer file. So if you want to move it around or whatever, you can move it to a server, yada yada. The resources are also saved and settings are also here. You can move it in the same directory as Ibex and you're good to go. What's cool about the exports is because the blacklist is global, but the exports are separated by user, you can really target the campaign and you can actually get fresh data specific to that campaign. So you can see Soldier Boy has right now 5,740,649 followers. Once you scrape them all and it monitors every time he gets a fresh follower, you get that. So if it was specific for a campaign you wanted to run, it's very powerful. All right. I think that just about covers it. If you want to speed it up, you can obviously change the intervals. And you can save settings. And these settings are live, so they will be adjusted immediately. So you can see now it's going between 2 and 4 seconds here. So it'll be much faster per hour, but it puts your specific account at risk. It would be better to make dummy accounts, because Instagram is kind of loose right now on the accounts. Make dummy accounts, prime with this different proxies or user agents, and then just thread it out. So that's how I would recommend it, okay? If you have any questions, hit me up, of course. All right, guys, have a good one.